Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for meeting us at the end of the day. It's been a great conference. It's a privilege to be up here with Mr. Levin. I'm sorry, the good doctor. And the good doctor. And so accordingly, we are going to invite up the prize pool winners for the ICO pitch competition. We've had the privilege of working with WBF on a couple of occasions to participate in this event, and we've been able to aggregate some fantastic opportunities. There's been a couple of winners who are here today, again, hosting and moving further along their success. We want to invite the following parties to join us here today. You know what? Why don't you call out their names and get us started?
First, I'd like to welcome onto stage CryptoCurve.
Get on up here with a little enthusiasm. There you go.
The whole team.
Thank you so much. Thank you again. Privilege. Normally, we have a giant, oversized, ridiculous check that will fit in your Volkswagen and you can take to a bank that no one will accept. But in this case, what we're going to do is simply line in close, get a couple of pictures to say thank you so much for participating.
Come in the middle. Come in the middle.
Come in the
we'll
middle,
do
guys. Come here, come here,
photo
come here, come here. Get in there, get in there. One on either side. There we go.
Yeah.
Great.
These
Get a couple photos. This is going to go out on social. Again, congratulations. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, congratulations on your success and the next steps in your business. It's a privilege. Thank you. And on that note, we'll invite audience contestants number 2 to see what's behind door number 2. Mo?
Let's welcome on stage Paytomat.
Get on up here, get on up here. Big round of applause, like you mean it. There we go. There we go.
Photo up.
Congratulations so well.
Thank you so much. It is my honor to be here. Thank you for, yes, thank you so much. Thank you for the great conference. Brilliant place to be. And I'm really happy to be one of the winners. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a privilege. Thank you so much. Couple photos.
Got the photos?
Lovely. Thank you again.
Thank you.
A good doctor, the third, please.
The third winner is Academy. Welcome onto stage, Heather.
There they go. Heather, come on up, please. Heather, congratulations.
Thank you. This has been a wonderful conference.
Thank you so much.
Please.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Again, want to thank WBF for putting this together. All the contestants for came in on the ICO pitches. There's some fabulous and amazing businesses being built here. I also want to comment that some of the businesses you've met with and visited on the vendor floor have been doing this for some time. There's been past winners on the floor like Impact PPA. Interestingly enough, another company here that's been really crushing and moving up the ladder has been Shoppin'. I want to give them an honorable mention for continuing to be successful and moving their ICO further down the path. They were definitely a candidate for this opportunity, but this event is for new ICOs and moving down the path. Regardless of that, thank you very much. Good doctor, I'll leave it to your hands.
Thank you. I was tasked with giving closing remarks, and every conference I have to give closing remarks. I think I also need to give opening remarks, so I'm going to set up the podium for this, just in case I use it. Closing remarks are always tricky because I need to sort of encapsulate into the TLDR about the last 2 days, which is very difficult because so much has been accomplished over the last 2 days. And one of the main aims of this conference has always been to move the conversation forward, drive crypto from the fringe to the mainstream, and I think to those ends we've accomplished some of these goals. And of all the projects we've met here and all the business cards being shared, I want to reiterate the fact and reiterate what I started with yesterday morning, which is everybody here is one of the pioneers, is the agents of change in the industry. But what's most important, I think, at least for me, is that some of the most important changes that will happen in the future. And some of the most important changes can happen when you start using this technology for social good. And I know that the industry is volatile and exciting, and there's a lot of hype now, and there's a lot of money being created and generated right now. And it is fantastic to see amazing projects being funded through ICOs, through equity funding, through whatever. There's a myriad amount of projects being funded and money moving around the industry. And when this happens, it's likely the case where many people say, well, we've made so much money, let's just run away with the money or buy expensive cars. But I think that what needs to be focused on, and maybe somewhere in everybody's mind should be the amount of social good and impact we can make with the world. Some of the projects that were here today, Climate Futures Impact PPA, they enable people to access things that they were never able to access before. If I'm just thinking about one of them, like Impact PPA, they're able to give people without identities, without passports, without money, without anything, they're able to give them electricity, something that we take for granted. You have companies like Tycoon, which are able to give refugees identities and help them navigate the strange world that we all live in. Because we're not living in a bubble, we're not living by ourselves, we're living in a world and around people. And I think that we should never lose sight of the fact that we're all in this together. And that comes to play when we're talking about networking, when we're talking about sharing your business cards, when you're sharing things. We're not in this alone. Everybody here is part of a great family, and we're in a unique position. I don't know how many of you guys have ever been to a financial conference or financial technology conference where there's a lot of ego or there's a lot of competition. If anybody of you have ever entered like a WeWork office where there's a strange dynamic of like, hey, how much did you raise and how much did you raise, and kind of measuring your self-worth by the money you've made, it makes no sense. I think what we should be doing more in this industry, which is still so small, it's only within the last year that we've moved from like $20 billion to $300 billion in a market capitalization. We're still in early days. And I think acknowledging that, and even though maybe now we can afford a little better suits and a little better shoes, it doesn't make a difference. We should still understand that this is a small industry, and together we can move the industry forward and help change the world. It's my hope that over the last 2 days you were able to create connections and increase your network and be able to share ideas and innovations with everybody here. We have people traveling from all over the world, seriously, from Thailand and Rwanda and Latin America and North America, from all over the world coming here today and yesterday to share their experiences. And I saw so many people share and be part of this community, and it still is a community. As much as there is infighting and drama and whatever weirdness happens online, we're still a community together. And I hope I can leave you with that impression that we are still a community that is small. And if we are going to replace and revolutionize the world, we need to stick together. Thank you so much for coming here. I hope to see you next year in Dubai.